making sure that people that really need this extension are provided with some form of relief. How exactly do you intend on addressing that?
Well, the unemployment extension can be furthered. The extra money for unemployment, we need to get that back. We need another stimulus check. We need to do everything we can and we have ability to do to make sure that people can pay their bills, stay in their homes, stay healthy, and they don't have to be out, wondering where their next meal is going to come from, how they're going to sleep, where they're going to sleep at night. There's many things that can be done and that should be done to put people over profits, and that's what we're asking for.
Thank you so much. And we will be speaking with other participants here today, and you can watch the full story at 5. Back to you in the studio, Dave.
All right, Chelsea Swift reporting from the courthouse. Well, after one failed nomination, Councilman for the 5th District, Brian Shank, has submitted another nominee for the Board of Trustees for the Community College. Shank has nominated fellow Republican Justin Gallagher. This comes after Shank originally nominated Brent Davis, who was a longtime and outspoken opponent of the creation of the community college. Council, with a vote of 4-3, turned down Davis for a position on the board. Now, Gallagher served 4 years on the Harbor Creek School Board and 2 years on the Erie County Technical School Board. Shank saying Gallagher's background with the technical school helped him to stand out.
I wanted it to be just on his merits, on how he felt, what he could do for the future of the community college. The past is almost irrelevant at this point. It's a done deal. It's moving forward, so we have to put the best people in place to make sure it's moving forward in the right direction.
Council will vote later today on the nomination. Shank says he believes the council will all vote in favor of his nomination. Well, it is back to the classroom for students at Erie Catholic schools. For the first time in months, in-person and virtual learning is underway for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. Now, the students returning to in-person learning must wear a face mask and answer health questions every day. Inside the classroom, you'll find the desks will be distanced by 6 feet, and workspaces will also include desk guards. Teachers are also taking extra precaution. They're sanitizing the desks and high-risk areas every few hours.
We're excited. We're doing kind of a staggered start, so we've been bringing in small groups of students each day this week so that we're practicing our procedures and our policies work out well, and then we can fix any bugs so that when we come back next week we're ready to go.
As an extra safety measure, student movement outside the classroom will be limited whenever possible. Well, an autopsy has started on the body of a victim from a deadly stabbing. It happened Friday night. Erie County Coroner Lyle Cook is expected to release the name of the victim later this afternoon when the autopsy is complete. According to Erie Police, 59-year-old Janice Rower has been charged with criminal homicide, murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and possession of a deadly instrument. She's currently in the Erie County Prison where she's being held without bond. Erie police were called to the Boston store on State Street around midnight for reports of a domestic dispute. When they arrived, they found a 42-year-old man dead of a stab wound. The victim's name is not being released at this time. Erie police are investigating reports of shots fired and people struck by bullets. This happened last night in the 1800 block of Poplar Street. According to city police, 2 victims were shot. Both were treated for their injuries, one being released from the hospital. The other was kept overnight, suffering more serious injuries. Police say they are continuing their investigation. It was a peaceful march through Edinboro Sunday, with demonstrators saying they are breaking the silence and taking a stance against racism. And though the march was nonviolent, the organizer of the march, called Racism Has No Home Here, Lydia Lath, says leading up to the event, well, there were threats of violence to discourage people from participating, according to her. But she says she refused to cancel the march as participants walked through downtown Edinboro. They were met with lines of motorcycles, businesses, some people carrying guns, one protester saying this made her feel unsafe.
A lot of men with guns, and that's just sad to me, because that just puts everybody on the defense when you have weapons in an already emotionally charged situation.
Black people cannot cancel their blackness to avoid conflict with racists. And so I, in good conscience, could not cancel this march to avoid the same issue.
Some participants saying despite some interaction with counter-protesters, the goal of strengthening the community was still obtained. Well, the COVID-19 numbers in Erie County over the weekend are now into single digits. The Department of Health reporting only 3 new positive cases Sunday. Now that brings the total to 1,348. 42 people so far have died from that virus in Erie County. Across the Commonwealth, the Pennsylvania Department of Health reporting 670 additional positive cases. There were 2 additional deaths reported. Now that total now is over 7,600. In Crawford County, health officials reporting 214 cases. That's 5 more than the previous day. In Warren County, 27 cases. Chautauqua County, New York, reporting 360 cases. And in Ashtabula County, Ohio, health officials reporting 609 cases of COVID-19. That's an increase of 4. New coronavirus cases are continuing to rise across the country. In the past week, the U.S. has added more than 500,000 new cases. Well, this morning, that total nearing 6 million. This as college campuses in every state report clusters of new infections. More than 182,000 people have already died from that virus. ABC's Christine Sloan has our report.
In the span of just 1 week, nearly 13,000 Americans have lost their lives to COVID-19. Concern as more and more college campuses across the country report new coronavirus cases. At the University of Alabama, a troubling trend. As of Saturday, more than 1,200 students and 166 employees and staff have tested positive for the virus.
The university has a $2 billion economic impact. To lose the University of Alabama in-person classes will cost thousands of people's jobs.
In Arizona, a somber milestone, more than 5,000 deaths, as Arizona State University reports another 450 cases among its students. But at the University of Arizona, it appears campus researchers have found a way to slow the spread, testing wastewater for COVID-19 and acting quickly once the virus is detected.
I'll have to tell you, we were quite amazed.
The University of Notre Dame, meanwhile, still set to restart in-person learning after deciding to shut down.
The virus hit us harder and more swiftly than we expected, and we fell behind.
And now some young adults saying they feel pressure to socialize even in the middle of the pandemic.
I don't think it's a great idea. I think it's very unsafe for all of us to be going out in big groups.
A deadly outbreak shuttering this California poultry plant.
With 8 deaths, I don't know how you could really feel safe being there.
While a funeral in West Virginia now linked to at least 14 cases. Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.
Well, back in our area, some residents in Waterford are having issues with their mail. Now, in recent weeks, 2 mail sorting machines at a post office in Erie have been unused. One resident in Waterford says she and her neighbors have experienced delays in receiving and delivering mail. It's unclear if these delays are related, though, to the unplugged mail sorting machines. But either way, residents are beginning to speak out.
A first-class package to him on the 5th of August, and he received it on the 14th of August. I could have walked that package to him. Now, I'm sure, there's a lot of people that, that are having problems, and you need to speak up. The post office is a service.
Residents frustrated about the mail delays say the post office is a public service provided to every American, adding that something needs to be changed. Well, like many churches, First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant in Erie has had to adapt to how they worship. Here's some good news this afternoon. The church's reverend pastor says they will not be back in the sanctuary for quite a while because of the pandemic. So yesterday, they held a socially distant lunch in their parking lot. They still want to make sure friends and members can spend ways to see each other and find ways to see each other. Folks also helped make a banner where they drew pictures of their faces. That banner, well, it's going to be hanging in the sanctuary.
As just a representation that we are the body of Christ. We are the ones that make up the church. So it's just a cool way to symbolize that we are still together, we're still worshiping as one, even though we're apart.
Well, Knight says they usually have a kickoff to the church's school year, but this year they're hosting what they're calling some faith formation activities throughout the school year. Coming up on Jet 24 Action News at noon, talk about a marriage starting off with a flash and a bang. This couple was saying I do when Mother Nature came to the party. That's coming up after Tom's forecast.
And no lightning here, just good sunshine. More details after the break.
From your news leader, you're watching David Belmondo and meteorologist Tom DeVecchio. This is Jet 24 Action News at noon.
Closed captioning brought to you by Home Instead Senior Care.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum is the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 100 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on-demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
She's got 2 kids and 2 jobs, but tonight she may not make it home. Every woman has a right to self-defense, a gun for protection. But Joe Biden would take her rights away. For decades, Joe Biden has opposed your gun rights. Now Biden wants to cut police funding. In this election, self-defense is on the line. Defend your family. Defeat Joe Biden. The NRA Victory Fund Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
For the times they are a-changin'.
You have an awful voice, but what's your point?
My point is that the COVID virus has changed things for our clients. Some have lost hours, some have lost jobs, and some businesses have had to change the way they operate.
At Steidel & Steinberg, we will meet with you for free and see what options make sense.
Steidel & Steinberg, goodbyedebt.com. With our experience, why go anywhere else?
Do they make soundproof masks yet?
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, your weather authority.
Gorgeous day out there. Plenty of sunshine in G-Town, as they call it. Looking at blue skies and our Bob Ferrando Ford World. G-Town, otherwise known as Girard. We're looking at some great weather here along top of the Girard Pharmacy, looking toward the west. We have beautiful dry conditions, clear skies, and a bit of a breeze. The flags have been moving from time to time, and a real nice afternoon in store. And really not a bad day again for tomorrow. Good start, a good way to end August and to begin September. Tomorrow, September 1st, hard to believe. And we'll have more heat and humidity, though, coming in for Wednesday and into Thursday. In the meantime, temperatures outside of McCain, everyone else has broken that 70-degree mark, including Union City. Becky has 71 in French Creek. Joe Northeast, bit of a breeze, and 74 out his way. Penn State Barron 75. Dr. Tom has 77 Nagapir. And Bob out in East Springfield, 75. Edinburgh actually up to 72 now. 76 in Crossingville, and Bill and Plummer at 75. Sagertown, Kathy's got 74. Patty 73. Ed has 77. Mid-70s for Saybrook, and Kathy in Youngsville at 75. Nice dew points. As we said this morning, they creep up a bit, and they have gone up, but they're still well into the comfortable range. Everyone's still below 60. Which is kind of considered the dry, humid line here. Now, high clouds taking a little bit longer to get in, but I think eventually they'll overspread the region, particularly south sections. But the rainfall will stay well to the south of us for the day as this low-pressure system moves toward the east. It'll stay too far south and east to give us any real chance of rain. Some of you in the mountains might squeeze out perhaps a few drops. As we head toward Tuesday night, This warm front will approach. The low moves along the front. More heat and humidity comes in for Wednesday as that front goes by. Good chance it'll spread at least some scattered showers and storms. The low moves along the front, keeping the threat into Thursday before this next front will bring in cooler air for Friday and into the weekend. Not too unlike what happened last weekend. Of course, this weekend's Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end of summer. For today, though, plenty of sunshine. High temperatures approaching 80 degrees here along the lakeshore. Similar forecast on the inland side, though the high clouds will gradually move in. Your highs will be close to 80 or upper 70s. And partly to mostly sunny in the Chautauqua-Allegheny area with clouds thickening late, highs in the upper 70s. Partly cloudy skies for tonight and a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, highs like today approaching 80 degrees. And from your weather authority, we'll have more humidity and a little more heat for Wednesday and Thursday. Low maybe mid-80s. We can get good sunshine and scattered showers and storms each day. And then cooler, drier for Friday and Saturday. But Sunday and Labor Day, not right now, look dry and a little warmer. Not too bad. Celebrate the last days of summer. And you get the latest updates anytime.